I absolutely love fashion. Like, it honestly makes me so happy. It may not be obvious from this ugly yellow shirt, but seriously, I have a soft spot for it in real life and for my OCs. In this video, I want to explore fashion, the various different styles, their names, its elements, so that it can help you attach a style to a character. But before we start, I gotta address the Poindexters in the room, and my personal opinion, in case something gets misconstrued or discombobulated. I don't think there's such thing as over-designed or under-designed. Yeah, I said it. Crucify me. I don't care. Honestly, draw your characters with however many details you want, or as little as possible when it comes to details. Anything is drip. Like, sure, simplicity works better for some mediums and some occasions, like... Okay, me personally, my character designs are pretty simple because I am an animator now. I have to draw my characters many times. That's why it's so simple. And if you don't believe me, I have the receipts. The visual representation of my pain, sweat, tears, and suffering. But back when I was an illustrator, I drew more details because, you know, it's a one and done deal. That change is evident in how I've drawn these same characters over the years, and honestly, I think I just forgot the details, so those details naturally kind of went away. If I can't even remember that Darren has eyebrows, how would I remember Hippie Girl's belt or like Gioni's beanie? Like, let's be fucking real right now. But details in that case are irrelevant. But on the flip side, don't judge artists for having very complex OCs. I find complex OCs, like, very adorable. I don't know, it's just me. Let people have their unicorn, angel, lion, princess. I, myself, have an alien vampire witch OC. Okay, so, like, who cares? Have fun. And if someone out there bullies your OC, come get me. Like, literally, come get me, and I'll go kick their butt for you. I'm not even joking. But anyways, drawing characters should be fun, and with all that being said, I want to focus on the fun aspects of character design. So let's explore the different types of styles, and hopefully by the end, you can get some inspiration. Since the Joe cast is very popular right now, they're the popular kids, let's start off with them. Joe and Zariah have the light academia aesthetic. The main colors in this style are brown, white, and gray. There are many different ways that you could style it with a sweater or with plaid, but I put Joe and Zariah in like this sweater vest polo combo. This style is very Harry Potter-like, very studious. Elijah also has light academia, but I combined it with the skater look, giving him baggy shorts and some Converse. Also a hoodie and untucked shirt. It's like a bastardization of light academia, so yes, don't be afraid to combine styles, especially when you know your character's personality. Okay, random shout out and honorable mention to dark academia, which is like light academia, but dark. Now for the last main character, Juliana. So, yeah, I hate her design. It's supposed to be this classy fashion style, but it doesn't translate into my own art style that well. My personal opinion, probably fact. I just don't think it looks good. Right now, it's not giving fashion, but it's giving Iggy Azalea and Problem. It's giving Steve Jobs presenting the damn iPhone. But no, really, it's like giving like Elizabeth Holmes about to like, you know, scam you. I just hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I just hate it. So I want to keep her in this classy type of fashion, but you know, I'll switch it into something else that suits her personality a little bit better. I mean, the turtleneck is way too serious, so let's just, you know, add like a longer coat and a skirt, you know? Anyways, this is a good example of keeping the same elements that keep her recognizable, but updating it to match her personality. And I definitely encourage you guys to just keep exploring your character styles. This OC that I have is very new, so I had to keep, you know, changing it up a bit, but I think I'm settling on this one. Translating fashion to your own art style can be very hard sometimes. My top tier art advice, like, listen closely, give up, and try something easier. I'm joking. Okay, the next style is business formal. It's similar to classy, but as you can see by the coat and heels, one is a bit more serious. It's essentially work clothes. One may say one means business, and Gina means business. Ricardo is also business formal, but he's like leaning more towards casual. I gave him pointy-toed shoes too, cause that's always fun to draw, and it makes him stand out more compared to Joe. Like, look at me guys, doing sharp and round character design. Let's go shape language. But yeah, really, he has to like hit him with the, what are those? That joke would have been like funny 9 years ago. Anyway, there's always a level of formality when it comes to dress code. So yeah, I thought design-wise, it'd be interesting to have Ricardo and Regina be more formal than Joe and his gang of goofballs. I don't know if this is real, but the more formal the character, the more morally dubious they are. Exhibit A, the one slur. Exhibit B, Alistair. Exhibit C, Gideon. I could keep going on, but I won't. But like, I barely trust characters in suits. So yeah, all of my evil leaning OCs, they will wear suits. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. But okay, that's my first set of OCs that live in the real world. Now let's travel 100-something years into the future, going to the 22nd century, where characters wear clothes from the 21st century. 2152, the Trifled article, everybody. Let's start off with Gioni. Her fashion is based on 90s grunge, which I guess makes that the 20th century fashion. Dear Lord, but I will argue that this came back around the 2010s. This is denoted by a beanie, plaid, ripped jeans, and combat boots. Yes, Gioni has combat boots. A lot of these things have been simplified for the sake of animating, but yeah, Gioni wears grunge. Emmett, I mentioned his design was based on My Sims characters in this previous video, and their fashion is based on the year 2007, so yeah, go buy the Cozy Bundle if you haven't already. A random shout out, EA, please notice me. But anyway, I also gave him this heart monitor shirt to unsubtly inform you that he is into health and science. It's his cutie mark, I guess. You could do things like that to symbolize what a character's about. People do it all the time. Give Duncan a skull shirt, you know what he's about. Give Nicole this peacock thingy. You know what she's about. You know what they read. Emmett also has this other design that I'm sure you've seen before. This is based on e-boy fashion, which is characterized by black clothes, stripes, chains, you get it. On the flip side, there's also e-girls that exist. My OC Caroline dresses like an e-girl, also mixed with like Billie Eilish back in the day. I'm like a really big fan of this style. It wasn't just for my OCs. Your girl used to wear it back in the day too. But yeah, anyway, you may look at it and say emo, and to that, like, my sweet child, no. There is a difference between e-boy, emo, goth, scene, and punk, and I'll elaborate on this further, but knowing the difference is how we avoid wars. I am not even joking, the Great Emo Punk War is a real thing. But let's stay focused, guys. Another character I have is Hippie Girl, which is funny because she doesn't dress like a hippie at all. Her style is more bohemian, which is also known as boho. Earthy colors, flowy dresses and skirts, a lot of jewelry. Jewelry I refuse to draw. Okay, not refuse, just more like forgot. But yeah, boho fashion isn't really that bright. So, Hippie Girl is really an outlier in that fashion style. She only wears pastel to assimilate better into City 2, and I'll explain that later, one of these days. But Hippie Girl's old fashion was very bohemian, very hippie-like, and very, basket casey. I did take inspiration from The Breakfast Club, giving her these very baggy clothes to emphasize this self-consciousness and lack of confidence this character used to have. I have a soft spot for pre-confidence hippie girl. I'll probably draw a throwback her and Emmett more in doodles or something, because I need more drawings of these versions of these characters. Okay, next we have Kathy. She doesn't have a particular style, but she's wearing a short short-sleeve turtleneck and one-legged jeans. Her style almost gives off the impression that she doesn't care, and being her OC mom, I can confirm that she doesn't care. When she was a kid though, like when she was like 10, she had the coquette aesthetic, so there's that. I think the immediate switch after she got stabbed does say something though. The metaphorical death of hyper-feminine Kathy will be missed. For now. Next we have Brandon. He is also very basic in his fashion style. It's best described as streetwear. Hoodie with socks and sandals. I'm like 100% sure I based this off the guys I went to middle and high school with. Not everyone follows internet trends. You guys gotta remember that. Sometimes it's okay to base it on real life. Styles you kind of just see in your community day to day. Okay, now we have his sister Jolene. She wears cottagecore. Some people in this style wear milkmaid dresses, but I put Jolene more in this cardigan and long skirt combo. This style has earthy colors like greens, browns, and off-whites. It's very similar to fairycore, but the difference is that cottagecore is more like a rural farm girl kind of vibe, while fairycore invokes more of this sense of magic and whimsy. Jolene also has her agent uniform, which I'm sure is based on like the new wave of 70s disco. It's a very odd choice considering she's supposed to be fighting and patrolling in this, but this is a very odd character in general, so I'ma let it slide. One style shows off like this more domesticated mother bear role that she took in the beginning of the story, and her agent uniform is kind of flashy and kind of in your face. It's a totally different style, but I'm a big fan of both because it just shows both of her personality traits. Speaking of the agent uniform, one fact is that Bree changed the uniform to be anything as long as it follows the agent colors. So that's why a bunch of my OCs wear this same similar blue and white color. That's the lore behind that. Anyways, Lamisha, DeMarco, and Darren, they are also agents, and they're like the only ones with common sense wearing athletic clothes. Leggings, shorts, sweat-proof clothes. They're ready to fight, and when it comes to Lamisha specifically, she's ready to train hard. I'd argue though that DeMarco's clothes lean more towards athleisure compared to athletic. It's like half athletic, half casual. The only athletic thing on him being his joggers. Now when it comes to Lamisha, out of her uniform, she still wears the athletic clothes, specifically a tracksuit. And DeMarco still wears athleisure out of his uniform, joggers and a very colorful varsity jacket. These two are very sporty, so that's the general term I think we could put them under as sporty. Also, I never officially drew Darren out of his uniform, but I drew him here for this one video in like streetwear, so I guess that counts, you know? Now onto Bree, since she likes fashion. That's like canon, I guess, because I wrote it here 2 years ago. Shit. But yeah, she wears this like Cleopatra style of clothing. I should put an asterisk on this because when it comes to fashion, there's always the normal version of the style, and then there's like the sexy version of it. Bree is definitely not wearing the normal version of this Cleopatra look. It's even noted like on her toy house that it's not appropriate for her to be wearing this as an official figure, but she wears it to piss people off. I'll explain more when I eventually make that villain video. Anyways, this style is characterized by linen garments, gold jewelry, and sandals. Next we have Skylar, who has many styles. Male presenting Skylar wears a suit. If you want to trust them or not, that's up to you. But yeah, Bree also chose the uniform for the coterie members. We also have female presenting good Skylar and female presenting evil Skylar. Again, I'll elaborate on evil Skylar in that villains video, but just know that this came from an AU. Yes, an AU for Trifle, despite Trifle not being finished yet. Is this what ADHD is, essentially? Skylar is also pretty here too. It's supposed to be like their ethnic Zekrin clothes, which is just essentially like mining clothes. Kind of similar to Menverinth, who is this character, or James, who is this character I promise I'll talk about later. But when Skylar wears it, it's more cunty, and I'm not complaining. When it comes to good Skylar, I just put them in this outfit. Soft feminine clothes for someone who is generally very soft, very kind, very wholesome, I guess. That's what I love about having like a gender fluid character. You can put them in like anything. Lastly, to close this video, let's discuss what my persona wears. A yellow milkmaid shirt, high-rise wide-leg jeans, and low-rise black Converse. Very simple, but I chose these things because I feel like it represents myself in the easiest way possible. Also, I just have these exact clothes in my inventory, so it wasn't hard to choose. Also, the yellow came as a remnant of the art ho era, which is usually the primary colors. I don't wear this style now, but I have a soft spot for yellow. But yeah, guys, I can't even explain how deep in the Kool-Aid I was with this aesthetic. I mean, the custom art ho Converse with the My Sims quote is evident enough. You're either a Chaz fan or a chump. Side tangent, but this dialogue in My Sims Sky Heroes still kills me. I still quote this, like, you don't even have to believe me. It's like, it's on the shoes, guys. Like, I still quote this. One of these days, I'll have to, like, get the courage to wear all of my art ho clothes again. But for now, they'll be in the closet, coming out every now and then. But okay, that's all the fashion choices my OCs wear. Now let's get into the rest that I personally love and appreciate, but I don't have a character for. Hopefully your OCs can wear some of these.
Rose Maddie will not lie to you.
I will tell you the difference between e-boy, emo, scene, goth, and punk. E-boy, as I mentioned in the Emmett section, is denoted by striped shirts, chains, and Vans. Out of all the alternative fashion I'll mention today, this one is the most current. Emo is from the 2000s, so this one is from 20-something years ago, guys. It's black jeans, band shirts, Converse. I know this video isn't about hair, but that's usually the biggest giveaway if someone is emo. You know, the long side bangs, you've seen the memes and stuff. Scene is similar to emo, but the difference is that Scene is more colorful, more neon. Everyone's Minecraft character looked like this back in the 2010s, and frankly, I don't know why. The Scene community is also very obsessed with Gur. He just fits in with like the neon aesthetic that the Scene look is going for. I just think it's really adorable, honestly. It's the uwu. Oh god. Oh my god. But yeah, I love the Scene style. It's just so extra in a good way. The goth style is not the same as emo. Don't call this emo, please. The goth style is from around like the 1980s. It's very elegant with flowy dresses, corsets, and fishnet stockings. There's also Goth Boy in My Sims. I will not stop referencing this game, I'm sorry, but there's actually a ton of goths in this game. Also, I desperately need a goth OC. The more I look at the clothes, the more I want a new OC, but I'll move on. The punk style is also from the 20th century, specifically the 1970s. Think of it like Hobie from Spider-Verse. Leather jackets, ripped clothes, mohawks, and patches. This style has been around for a long time, and it varies from decade to decade. Its evolution is very entertaining to watch. Okay, so that's all I have to say regarding alt fashion, but remember it is possible to mix different styles. That's how punk can become skate punk, or how goth can turn into cyber goth. Styles evolve and mix all the time. It's also why it could be so confusing. There's no doubt that the 2010s scene fashion is an evolution of the 2000s emo, so you know, that's just something to look out for, but when you look into it more, you can easily tell the difference. But okay, enough of that. Here are some more fashion choices I absolutely love. Barbiecore! I mean, Barbie is our queen in fashion, whether you want her there or not. But this style is a synonym for fashionista, and it's pretty over the top with its accessory and color. And I said color singular, and you know the color. It's pink, and not just any pink, hot pink. Honestly, Barbie, despite being like super kind and sweet, it's also very baddie coded. Like, you're not gonna mess with anyone wearing Barbiecore. Not Regina, not Sharpay, not Dakota, not Nikki. You just don't mess with a girl in hot pink. These are the badges. Now, another style that is also in pink would be the kawaii style. These guys aren't baddies, they're just cute and in pink. The soft pastel pinks. Frilly dresses, oversized sweaters, lace and bows. I just love this style. Also, cough cough, Dolly Deerheart from My Sims cough cough. I need an OC also that's in this kawaii style. Now, another style that is also pastel and pink is the softie aesthetic. It's almost as if Barbiecore and kawaii had a baby. It's like that sweet in-between spot with tennis skirts and oversized hoodies. Okay, so on to kidcore. This has some overlap with art ho, but in the sense that it's like both colorful. But this one, I argue, is leaning towards that feeling of nostalgia, of just simply being a kid. Kidcore is the turtle's worst nightmare in the sense that there's plastic everywhere. Plastic hair clips, plastic bracelets, plastic necklaces. If you plan on searching kidcore, make sure that you turn your brightness down. The freaking cocoa melon aesthetic. I tease, I make fun, I'm teasing, I'm joking. But honestly, I really think that kidcore is just super cute, super adorable. Also, the twee aesthetic. It's for the awkward and cute people out there. It's like very nerdy as well. I feel like this one is one of those styles that people have seen often and never really knew it was an aesthetic, because it doesn't really stand out as much as the other ones, but it's a good one to give your awkward and cute OCs. Baddie fashion, the traditional baddie fashion. It's like Barbiecore, just without the hot pink sometimes. I would say the biggest thing here is the confidence and tight clothes, the joggers, the sunglasses. Sometimes there's designer brands, sometimes there's not. And to end this video, I'll end with clowncore. Random, I know, but this style is very prevalent in art. It's very similar to kidcore, but the main difference is that there are clowns now. Also, random side note, but has anyone noticed that some of the best artists tend to have clown OCs? Like, what is that about? I just love the idea of just having a clown as a character. I need to make one too, but yeah, I freaking love it. But okay, that's all I have for you guys today. I know in this video I leaned super heavy into like alternative fashion and like these very out there fashion trends. So if you guys want me to do a part 2 with more subtle styles, I can just go over the names of clothing pieces so that you can better mix and match them for your characters. This was honestly a very fun video for me. I was hoping from this that you can know more about the different styles out there so you can apply them to your own OCs or even for yourself. Okay, don't do it for yourself. It's a money pit. It's a money pit, y'all. I'm still stuck with this art ho clothes. Y'all want to buy? But anyways, there's way more styles that I could go over. Just let me know. But from my examples, I'm sure you noticed that I've diversified my character styles, but I did that to really tie it to their current personalities or even their past personalities, so they have like different versions of themselves. Fashion, at the end of the day, is art and creativity, so I wanted to shed some light on it here today. It's also a way to express yourself, so you can use it as a way to express your character's personalities. Comment down below what styles your OCs have, and for sure let me know if you'll give them any of the styles from this video. But anyway, for now, I think that's it. That's the video. If you're interested, check out my book 2152, The Trifold Article. It's both animated and illustrated, sci-fi and adventure. I didn't cover every style in this book, but we could talk deeper about clothes symbolism another time, if you're down. That will be linked below as well as the newsletter. I have a Discord for artists and writers that'll also be linked below. Like and subscribe and whatever, that is much appreciated. Have fun while creating today, and I'll see you guys later!